Our state is making major strides in its handling in its backlog of rape kits. At one point, there were over 16,000 untested kits in police custody. 3/4 of those were eligible for testing as well. The process can, of course, determine if there's a DNA match, bringing closure to survivors who waited for years. WRAL's Ali Ingersoll talked to one of those survivors and found out how the state is progressing in hundreds of these cases.
Case closed. Words heard by a Fayetteville woman just months ago after her sexual assault kit was processed decades later, and the man responsible for raping her was found guilty.
These victims deserve justice. They delivered evidence to the criminal justice system, and we owe it to them to pursue their assailant.
North Carolina's Attorney General Josh Stein says more than 12,000 untested rape kits were eligible for testing. The darker the county on this map, the higher the inventory of the untested kits. Durham, Winston-Salem, and Raleigh police departments had the most, state data shows. About 80% of those have already been processed or are undergoing testing now, according to the Attorney General. But only about 8% of the total kits had samples which resulted in a hit that might help police further investigations or cold cases. Stein says he recognizes law enforcement's role in why survivors might have lost faith in the system.
I think one reason why rape has been an underreported crime is because a lot of victims thought that they wouldn't be heard and responded to by the criminal justice system.
Data collected from reporters at USA Facts shows North Carolina's backlog was significantly worse than many other states. 3 times as many kits sat on our shelves as the next highest. So Stein says addressing that was critical. And while our state has whittled away at how many remain, some states have added to their untested rape kit numbers in recent years.
We want people to know is that if you have been a victim of sexual assault, we care profoundly what happened to you, and we are going to work as hard as we can to deliver justice.
Stein says his office is making sure that doesn't happen here, and current kits are being tested as labs work through the ones which sat on shelves, leaving cases open and survivors without closure, sometimes for decades. For WRAL News, I'm Ali Ingersoll.
So what about those other 2,000 kits that can't be tested? The Attorney General tells us there are several reasons they may not have qualified. In some cases, the person did not actually file a police report. In others, federal restrictions got in the way. However, going forward, if someone reports a sexual assault, that kit will be tested.